Welcome to this course, How to Design with Canva like a professional graphic designer. So I'll be taking you through this process, and by the end of this course, you should be able to use graphic design to come up with awesome banner designs that people will not even know that you use software like Canva, a tool like Canva to design. They will think probably you're using Photoshop, right? So let's just get started. What is Canva? Canva is a graphic design platform that allows users to create social media graphics, presentations, posters, documents, and other visual content. There are two ways you can access Canva, right? You can access Canva using the mobile app. That is, if you're using an Android phone, just go to Play Store and search for Canva, and you'll be able to install the app. Or if you're using an iPhone, go to the App Store and search for Canva, and you can install the app. The second way, which is my most preferred way to access and use Canva, is using their website, which is canva.com. So in this particular course, we'll be using the website version of Canva, which is canva.com. Now let's look at the general workspace and interface of Canva. So I'll be introducing you to the general workspace and interface of Canva. So let's get started. I will navigate right now to their website. So what you're seeing right now is their website. So basically, if you visit canva.com, this is what you're going to see, right? So the next thing you want to do is sign up, right? So you can easily sign up over here. Click this button over here to sign up, or sign up with your Gmail account, and you can easily just set up a free account and you get going. So for me, I've already created an account and I use a free account that I use on Canva. So I'll just navigate straight to that particular account so that I will not waste any of your time. So this is the account that I created on Canva. Right over, you already have my account here. That's my image. And if you set up on Canva, you get to see the home page just like this, the way I'm saying it. So this is the general interface of Canva. So by now, I should expect that you must have created your own account. So if you haven't created your own account, you can just pause this video, create your account. Then once you create your account, you can now play the video and continue from where we stop. All right, so let me go back to my presentation. Now the next thing I'll be looking at on Canva is the two types of design, right, in Canva. So there are two types of the design you can carry out in Canva. The first one is the template design, and the second one is the custom design. So I'll be taking you through on how to carry out the template design on Canva. So for you to carry out the template design on Canva, basically, if we go to the Canva's website and you scroll down over here, you see different designs. So basically, this is your designs are the previous designs I've done. And if I scroll down again, you see Instagram posts, you see different templates, right? So one of the ways people design banners on Canva that you see people share on Instagram or probably on their WhatsApp status or anything at all, right? It is because they are using the template, right? It's easy to design with templates. You just need to select any of the templates and design it. So if you want to design a Facebook post, a poster, social media banners or blog banners, or even YouTube thumbnails, and some series of videos as well, little videos that you want to post, or your Facebook cover images, flyers, YouTube channel art. So basically, you can design a lot of things that you can actually design on Canva, right? So, but for the sake of this particular course, we'll be focusing more on posts, especially on social media and Instagram, to be precise. So now, designing a post that we can show on Instagram, under the Instagram post, you can see a lot of templates over here. So if we click on see all here, we'll be able to see a lot of templates. So our job is just to select any of the design that best fits into what we want and start designing with it straight up on Canva, right? So basically, let's say I really love this design a lot, this particular one here, right? And I want to design with it on Canva. So how am I going to do it? I'm just going to select the template. So once you click on the image, Canva opens a new tab on your browser and you get to see the template. So all you need to do right now when you see the template is for you to just change the text and to relate with what you want, right? So let's say I want to change this text to my own text. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to write, I'm going to change this get it to just Canva, and I'm going to change this swag distance to design like a pro. All right. So I'm going to stretch it a little bit because, of course, the template was a little bit not that big. All right, so I have it like this. Now it looks exactly just like the template design, and so that's what I have. So I've changed the text from the template to this particular text here. Then this image over here, I can choose to change it. So I'll just go to my photos, for example. So once you click on photos here, you're able to see several images, right? So you can select any image that better describe whatever thing you're trying to do. So let me select this one here. So if I want to select it, all you need to do is just to click on it, right? So let me click on it. Then I can actually use it to replace this image, right? So that means I can just click on this other one and delete it, then drag this one down to this particular point, right? So this is the image basically, right? And I can change the filter, because if you look at the other design, the image was like black and white. So I click on filter here, I can just change it to grayscale, and it gives me that black and white feel basically, right? It gives me that black and white feel. Or better still, you can change it to something else. You can look at several filters here, and you can change it to several filters, right? But I'm only going to leave mine on grayscale. If I increase it, makes it more better, color a little bit. Okay, let's just have a little bit of color. So this is it. Then I have like design like a pro on Canva, right? And I can say follow instruction. Okay, let me just put by Samuelinus, right? So I have these awesome great designs, black. I can even choose to change the color if I want to. So let's say this particular color here, it's a nice color actually if you ask me, but let me just change it to like white. I want to change it to white. You see, white does not reflect with the background, right? It doesn't go with the theme very well. Okay, this color is not bad. It's not bad actually. So let me change this other one here to that same color as well. Or better still, I can even leave it as white. Looks good if you ask me. And this one here, I can also change it to become white as well. So, and if I don't like the background as well, black, I can change it to give me a shade of blue, but probably a very lighter shade of blue or something, or give it a very dark black that almost looks like blue, but a very dark one that looks like this, right? So it looks pretty cool, right? This is we changing the original color from the template and changing the text, changing the color, changing the image of the template. So basically that is how you can design on Canva using the template design. So once you've designed it like this, the next thing is for you to just download this image and upload it, send it to your phone, upload it on Instagram, share it on WhatsApp, share it anywhere you want to share it. So how do we do that? We'll just click on this download button over here. So if you click on the download button over here and just click on download as well, and Canva will definitely start preparing your design, and in a split seconds your design will be ready, and you can see my design is ready here. I can open my design in my system, and if I double click on this, I'll be able to see my design over here that I've just designed. I can share this right now, send it to my phone and start sharing it on Instagram or share it anywhere. So this is me designing a simple design on Canva using template, right? It's really, really amazing. So I'll go back to my Canva right now. So if you want to create another one, I'll just click add a page here, and I'll click on template here, then I'll see several other templates as well, right? That better describe. So I'll just look for any template that describe what I want. So if I click on it again, let's say this particular one or something else, let me see if I can see something really, really great. This looks scary, like a movie banner, right? I really love it. It looks scary a little bit. So basically, I can play with this, change the text, change the image in the background, change this particular stuff over here, and because it's a paid image, that's why I have in watermark, right? And I'm on a free account. Or probably if I want a particular one too, as well, I just click on it, and if I click on it, I can be able to change this text, change this image inside this particular power clip, and I will have this amazing designs, and I can just easily download it over here and change the text to fit into what I do, and that's all. I already have a business, a simple banner on Canva, which is amazing, and it is really, really awesome to do that, right? Let me change this stuff to it as you like. I can choose to say, okay, let me go to photos, let me search for something like anything food and see. Of course, I'm going to have awesome meals here, right? So I'm going to just like try to see if I can power clip it inside there. See, I've replaced it with that particular image, and I have some stuff over here too as well that happens to be, I can change this text, add my number here as well, change this text over here, and these particular flowers. So if I want to remove watermark now, it will ask me to actually paste. So I can just, since I can't remove watermark. I don't want Canva to be on my design. I can just easily delete those flowers down here. Then I can actually go back to elements over here and probably search for flowers or something. Right? So if I can search for flowers, of course, I can drag this one and put it here. And if I right click on it, I can send backward. So let me send backward once, or just send all of this one forward. Bring forward. Alright. Trying to send this backward. Send backward. Alright, see, I've sent it backward. And it just looks like the normal one that came with that stuff, and I can duplicate this as well, drag it, bring it down here, and click on send backward as well. I have it in there, and it feels good, right? It feels good. We deliver blah blah. I write my text here, I put my stuff here. I come over here, I click on download. It asks me which one do I want to download. I don't, not all pages. I just want to download just only page 2. I click on done. I click on. I'm not paying anything, please. Am I having any paid stuff? Okay, I think I might just have some paid stuff I'm not aware of coming. I don't have any paid stuff now. Why is he asking me? Oh, remove watermark. What was that doing the watermark? Okay, that stuff. So that stuff is the one that is asking me to pay actually. So I put it inside here. So that's little dot that is there. Is a paid one. So do I have any other paid stuff again? So I have that. So it's downloading, preparing design, and I have the second one design over here. And I say show in Finder, and oops, I think I downloaded the 2 pages actually. So this is the design now. Right, so I can just share this stuff, my Instagram, if I'm a food vendor, and of course this text will be your own text and stuff like that. I've easily designed this stuff on Canva, right, using the template that is there. So this is one of the most easiest way to design on Canva, right, using the template, right? So let's proceed. So I'll go back to my presentation. I'm going to show you guys other things. So the next one is custom design. So how do you design from scratch? So custom design is not you not using templates, you designing from scratch. So designing using custom design is one way that you can design on Canva, and like a professional and someone will think that you already know what you're doing, right? So before we dive in straight to custom design, I want to show you some custom design principles. So we have several design principles on custom design, like the use of colors, alignment, contrast, image selection, and plain colors. So I'll be going through these 5 different custom design principles, right? So before I go through them, let me just quickly walk through on how you can start creating your custom design. So I'm going to close this tab because I don't need it. So I'm back to the home page, right? So if I click on home here, I'll go back to the home page. So if I want to create a custom design, I'll just click on this button here saying create a design. So if I click on the button and create a design, I can choose to use a custom dimension. A better state, since I'm designing for Instagram, I just took Instagram post. So if I click on Instagram post, Canva opens a new tab for me that gives me a blank screen, right? Because I'm designing, I'm trying to use custom design to design right now, right? So this is what I'm about to do. Right, let me just quickly explain some of the things. So right over here, you have the tools, different tools that you can use. You have the templates. You have the where you upload your images. This is where you pick photos. These photos, you see free photos here. So anyone that you hover that is free, that means you can use it without making payment. But if you're on a free account, as I am on, and if you see this crown one, you have to make payments to actually use this kind of pictures, right? Then if you click here, you see elements. So elements allows you to draw. So once you just click on it, allow you to draw different rectangular boxes. And once you click any element, like a rectangular box now, click over here, you'll be able to switch the color, or use color picker tool to actually switch the color to any color that you have. And if your element is selected on your workspace, and you see your property bar here, which shows you what you're selected. So if this menu over here changes according to if a particular element selected on your design. So if I select this element now, you see this stuff appears. So position helps me align it on my workspace. See, if I click bottom, to align it to the bottom, right, center, left, wherever, right? So basically this just helps you to align your element, right? Then this other one, yes, for transparency, you can reduce the transparency or you can increase the transparency. This helps you to lock your particular link your particular element, and this one helps you to lock the element so that probably when you're designing other elements, it will not be able to move except you click on it, of course, and unlock it before you're able to perform anything on it. So if you want to delete the element on your workspace, just click on the element and hit on delete on your keypad, or better still, just click this and trash can over here, and you have deleted that particular element. So let me Ctrl Z to undo. Yeah, use Ctrl Z to undo. And better still, if you click on it too as well, you can use this particular one here to duplicate it to make it become two particular elements, right? That is, you are duplicating just like copy and pasting, right? So Ctrl Z to undo and undo the delete, and I can as well easily delete it over here. Now for you to change the color of the background, just click the workspace, this white area. Then you see this color over here, you click on it, you can now change the color, any color here you pick. This is you changing the color of your background, right? So that's how you work with element, and that's how you work with background as well. And the next thing is text. So how do you add text? So if you click over here, you'll be able to add text, right? Right, so you have three basic kind of text you can add. You can add your heading, your subheading, and your body text. So to add any of these text, you just click on it. So once you click on it, you can now actually type your new text here. So this comes in your new text. So once you type your new text over here, you can actually now see different stuff over here. Then if I want to change it to capital letters, you see these three dots, you click on it, you see this case, and this underlines it for you. This changes to capital letters for you as well, of course, switch it. Then this actually locks it up, link it up, and this actually lock that particular element up for you, right? Then if you want to duplicate it, of course, you can duplicate it here. If you want to align it, you can align it here as well, of course, which is cool. Then if you want to reduce the transparency or increase the transparency, you can do that over here as well. Then here is, of course, duplicate. Here is to delete. Then here is alignment, right? So if I add more text, like more line, that is where you'll be able to see how the alignment works. More line. So if it's aligned to the left, so if I click it to be aligned, it will be centralized. If I click it to be aligned to the right, and of course this is justify, right? You can even create it to become bulleted sign if you want to, or listed sign like this if you want to, like 1, 2, 3, 4 if you're creating a list, or you just leave it. I don't want to create any of this stuff. So this other one here, add spacings. This one is letter spacing, that is spacing between each letter in that particular element. I think this stuff is selected. Change spacing between the letter in that particular element, and this happens to do with the line height of that particular element. So it depends on your design preference. You'll be able to actually change all of this. So all of these other ones are anchor text and the rest, right? Anchor towards the top, which is great. Then if you select the text as well, you can change the color by clicking this A stuff here. Different colors appear, so you can select different color that you want your text to be: white, blue, white, black. So any color actually, or better still, you click here to switch your colors. It's really, really, really amazing, and I'll tell you that this is dope, right? It's dope actually. So basically that's how you do it on Canva. Then the next thing that you want to do is, if you want to change the font, right? You can easily change the font right over here, because you can see it's Open Sans, and I can change it to Aton if I want to. I can change it to Montserrat if I actually want to, right? So we can change the font over there. So that's how you work with text. If you want to work with this subheading, just click on it. Same thing applies. If you want to work with the body text, click on it as well. Same thing applies. Then we have some stylish text over here that they already have. For example, we have this glue stuff. You click on it, it's really glowing. Then you can now change it to become yours, basically, right? It's really, really amazing, right? It's easy. You can change the color. Become the blue glowing stuff, or make it cyan glowing stuff. So you already have that effect in it already. That is if you want it. So there are different ones here. Even if you want it, so just play with it and you have that. So if it works what you want, just click on it and you edit it, and that's how you work with text. You can also add music, you can add videos, background. You can as well change background. If I click on this stuff now, it changes my background for me to this particular stuff, right? So basically, let's say I don't want any background for now. I don't want a plain color background. So you can use this stuff to actually change background. Then your folder comes to, if you have a paid account, you're able to get a custom folder. But for now, you just only have these other two folders right? Which is great. Then if you click on more, you're able to see other stuff and the rest. So basically, this is how your general Canva works, right? Now, to work on your workspace, you don't want your text to be touching the edge, so you don't want to align your text to touching the edge. So what I normally do is I click on File here to turn up what the margins, so show margins. So if I click here to show margins, I will make sure that this margin line, my text will be within, any text I'm going to put in my design is going to be within this margin line, so that it will not be touching the edge of the design, right? So over here too, there's so many other things you could show. For example, now you could show grid if you want to. I don't like grid. You could show rulers too if you want to. So many things, right? You will show rulers to do your measurements. But of course, I don't like showing rulers as well. I just basically use show margin because it's really helpful for me when I'm designing, right? So this is how this is general overview of the Canva workspace and how to really use the Canva workspace. So now let's dive in straight. So let's look at the design principles, right? So let's talk about color. Now the principle of color is that you use a touch of your primary color on a shade of gray, right? So this design principle, if you follow this design principle, you will never go wrong, right? With the design principle, you will be able to use Canva to design any banner there is that you can share on social media, and people will think that you're a professional graphic designer that have been designing and have been carrying out graphic design for the past 10 years or for the past 6 years or for the past 5 years, and you know your art. Most people, not even professional graphic designer, will not even know that you use an easy tool like Canva. They will think probably you use Photoshop or some other sophisticated graphic design tools like Illustrator, Photoshop, and the rest of them, right? But if you just stick to these principles, and you will never go wrong in your design. So the first principle is color, right? So you can use 50 shades of gray, you can use different shades of gray, but just attach your primary color, just be one. So don't use several color because you're not a professional graphic designer, right? Your color might, and if you use several color, you might not understand how to actually color. You don't understand color theory, so your color combination might actually go wrong, right? So, and you don't want that, right? So that's why we are going to stick to 50 shades of gray, and our color combination will just be be gray and a particular primary color. So let's try that out. So I'm going to delete all of this stuff, right? I'm going to delete all of this stuff. So now I want to do a design, and that design, I want the text should have something. Delete this. I want the text to have, so I want to write something. So what I want to write is, so I'll click on text over here, capital letter. I want to write how to design using Canva like a pro designer. All right, this is great. So I'm going to change this particular stuff to capital letter. Let me select it. I want to change it, so I click on these three stuff here, and so I want to align it to the right by clicking this alignment here. So I want it to be aligned to that particular edge, and I also want to change the font to Atom. So I'm going to change the font to Atom, and I will reduce it, and of course I'll make sure that it falls under my margin area, right? So it falls under my margin area, and I'm going to increase this a little bit. So I want that pro to come down. All right. So I'm just going to highlight this, just the designer here, and I'll click on this A to change the color. Let's say red is my primary color now, so I'm going to change the color to red, right? So this is a simple design that I'm still just cooking up, and let's see how it is. So I'm going to reduce this stuff a little bit. Pop. Okay, this feels great to me. If you ask me, I'm going to put it here. So I'm going to look for a simple image now. So I'll go to photos. So I'm going to look for an image that better describe a designer or something, right? Let's see. Someone that is working on their laptop or something. Okay, it's a free image, and of course, oh, I have one text here, so let me delete that. So this lady here, she's working on a laptop, and I can just do something like this. I can click on it and hit on crop over here, so that I will be able to crop this image, something like this. All right, this is cool. So I click outside. I will be able to crop this image. I'll put it here. Right? I can put it here within my margin area as I want to. Then I could squash this a little bit. reduce the text a little bit, right? So that's about 50 px. So that means if I highlight here, I can easily change it to like 48 or something, right? 48 looks good, but let me reduce it. All right. Allow it to look better like this. So how to design using Canva like a professional graphic designer. Now look at what I just did, right? So basically I just use an image, and of course this image has several colors, right? So the dominant color in this image of course is brown. But remember, our color principle said that we stick to just one color, right? One shade of color, and other colors could be black or something, or shade of gray, but we can stick to one color. So I can actually change this image to become black and white, right? Or slightly black and white. So I click on the image, I'll click on filter over here. I click on grayscale. So if I click on grayscale, change it to black and white. If I want it to have a little bit of color but not pronounced color, I just reduce the intensity of the, if I reduce intensity to 0, it becomes full color. So I increase it so a little bit, a bit of black and white, but the color is there, but like almost dying off, basically, right? Then because I'm using a particular shade, I don't want the background to just be white. I want it to be a shade of red. So I click on it to on the background to change the color to full red, of course, but not full red. I'm going to use a lighter version of red. So I'm going to click on the upper area over here, right? So this happens to be my design, but I want a little working, right, to make design look a little bit catchy. So I'm going to duplicate this particular image now. So if I duplicate this image, I can just turn it around a bit and put it over here and send it backward. Right, click on it, send it backward. So you can actually order it, right? I can send backward like this. Aha. So let me click on this. I can say send backward. Alright, see, that particular image is backward, right? So I can click on it to click here to duplicate it, squeeze it like this as well, and right click on it too and say send backward as well. Right, so I've sent that one backwards. I think I twisted it too much. Let me just reduce the twisting a bit. Aha. Then this main one, I think I'm going to change it to look more black and white. Right, so I'm going to change it to look more black and white actually. To look more black and white, so it's giving me a complete 50 shades. Then I would have my shade of color here, red, right? So, and if you look, the background is looking a pretty much empty. This is a great, beautiful design. I just saying it like this. So the next thing I want to do now, but the design still looks as if something is missing, right? So I can just go to elements and add any element actually to the background and just reduce. I could add this element, this gradient. I love to add gradient, right? I can add, let's see, it looks like it has this red filling too. So let me just add it. I'm going to increase it a bit and put it somewhere here just to make the design a little bit busy. So it will not look like fully empty per se. So I'm going to right click on it and send it backwards. Then I'm going to reduce the transparency, of course. Aha. So it's just going to give me this little busy feeling in the background, blah blah blah, as if something is really happening. So I'm going to add a text. So if you have a logo, this is where you want to put your logo, right? So I'm going to add a text here. This is my text now. It's just going to be let me just write by Samuel Linus, right? So I'm going to change it to like probably like Montserrat Classic or something, and yeah, I'm going to reduce the font to like 18 or so, and I could just bring it over here or bring it over here and place it here, right? How to design using Canva like a professional graphic designer. So basically, as you can see, this design, it is done on Canva just right before your eyes, right? So let's duplicate this. So if I duplicate this right now and I choose to change the color, the primary color, this color is red. So let me choose to change the primary color to like brown or something, right? So I'm just going to change this text here. This text called designer over here, and I click here and I can change it to like brown. See, brown goes, right? So you see it goes. Of course, this other one too, I'll change it to give me that brown feeling, but a lighter version, right? So if I give it a lighter version of the brown feeling, and still going light, then this image now is still my 50 shades, and basically it looks good. It still goes fine, pretty well, everything amazing. and everybody loves this design, then if I choose to download this, let's say download, I don't want to download all pages, I just want just only one. I'll click on download, just page 1, and it's going to prepare my design for me. And of course I've downloaded it. Then if I go over here, I show on Finder, I'll be able to see my design, and if I double tap, I'll be able to see my design. So I can send this design to my phone and start sharing it on Instagram, right? So this is one way that you can use the principle of color. Of course, you can say it's just one color. So any color you change it to, if it's red, if it is brown, if it is blue, it doesn't go off point, right? It basically doesn't go off point. Any color you change it to. So even if I'm changing this color to looks like blue now, I click on this one here, I'll change it to like, let me look for like a very thick blue. So okay, this blue looks nice. Let me see. All right. Of course, then I'm going to change the background to give me another shade of that same blue. Then I'll go like to a lighter version of it as well. Lighter version of the blue. Then, of course, this one is still giving me red, right? So I'm going to change the color to blue too. So it doesn't give me that red feeling I'm seeing there, right? Aha. So everything just looks bluish. Bluish, 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 bluish. Then you could see I have my 50 shades of gray and I have my bluish feeling straight to it. Right, so it's very, very easy. So any color you want to change it, so as long as it's just you're within one shade of color, you have done it. Now the next thing, and here's the same principle that I've as well used in this design, is the principle of alignment. So in the principle of alignment, we have 3 main principles on the principle of alignment. So the first one here that we have over here is when texts are aligned to the left, images should be aligned to the right. That's one. So what it simply means is that, for example, now my image is aligned to the left. You see, my image is aligned to the left side. There on the left side of the banner. Then my text here should be on the right side of that particular banner, right? So if the second principle says that if the text is aligned to the right, let the image be aligned to the left. What it simply means is, like this one now, I can easily just move. Okay, let me just group all of these things. Let me group. So if I select all of this stuff, I can just click on group here to group. So I can move them as one element, right? So if I move this now over to this particular portion and select this and move it to this particular side, I can choose to now align this particular text. If I click on it, align it to the left side of my design, and this particular one too, I can choose to move it to align it to the left part of my design, right? And this little stuff here, I can just bring it like this over here. So this goes as well, right? It's as well fit into my design because I'm obeying the principle of alignment, right? So if I've aligned it some other way, it might not be nice the way it is right now. If I've aligned it some other way, it might not be nice, right? So that's the principle of alignment. So another principle of alignment simply means that if the third one simply means that when a text is centralized or are centralized, images should be centralized as well. So the first one is when the image is right, the text should be left, and when the second one is when the image is left, when the text is left, the image should be right, and the third one is if the image is centralized, that is on the center by the middle, the text should also be centralized. So what it simply means is that, let me look for a photo. What it simply means is that, for example, I want to use this particular design, right? So instead of me aligning it to this particular portion over here, I can choose to just align it to centralize it like this. Then if I'm using this particular design, Ctrl C, I'll paste it over here, and of course this stuff now should be what centralized. This centralized actually. So I can easily squash it like this. Aha. Right? So this is it, right? Looks good. Fair enough if you ask me. Let me copy this stuff, paste it somewhere here. Right. So fair enough if you ask me. So how to design using Canva like a pro designer, right? So if it is like this, you should leave it like this. But if this text now, that's a centralized one. The other principle of alignment is if this image is, you put the image here. If I put the image here, for example, I'll make it a little bit bigger, right? So this text should not be like this. This text should be somewhere here, and it should be aligned towards the right side, of course, of this design, and I can bring it here, right? And Of course, I'll add my image here, my logo here as well. So this is me obeying the other principle. So just simple principle, and you have your design all to yourself, looking pretty amazing. Looking pretty amazing. So simple design like this, boop, you're up to go. You duplicate it. I can take this image to this angle, take this text to this place, right? All of them goes as long as you obey the principle of alignment, right? So everybody obeys the principle of alignment. Any professional graphic designer there, they will tell you about the principle of alignment and they obey it. So either your text is towards your left, your right hand side, your image is towards your right hand side, or your image is on your right hand side, then your text is on your left hand side. Or if it is centralized, okay, I think I've deleted the centralized one, right? If it is centralized, you can as well make it centralized. Let me add the centralized one. If it is centralized, I can choose to copy this now. Just Ctrl C, come over here, Ctrl V to create the centralized version of the same design. Put it over here, then the text as well. Put it over here and make sure it is centralized like this, and put it over here. Let me just increase it a little bit. Then I can use positioning to make sure that it is on the center, right? Then if I want to add my name at all, I can choose to add my name down here as well. Put my name down here, for example, and yep, so my name is not showing because it's on a body, so I can just change it to white to make sure that it shows, right? So okay, basically that's just it, right? So it's either you're centralizing it like this, or you align it like this, or you align it like this. So this is you obeying the principle of alignment, right? Obeying the principle of alignment, how to design like a professional graphic designer. It is really, really, really amazing, and you could see it really works like magic. Now, the another principle that we have there is the principle of contrast. So the principle of contrast simply means that use bright contrast on dark contrast, vice versa. That means if your background is light, your text should be darker. Then if your text is light, your background should be dark. Your background should be darker as well. So what simply means is that, for example, if this background now is like a full brown, right? So let's change the background to like a full brown image like this, right? If it's a full brown, this particular text, of course, should not be light. It should be probably white or something, right? It should be probably white or something. Then we can now give this stuff another color if we want to, right? Another color that went to, or probably give it a lighter shade of this brown color. If I select it, I want to be a lighter shade of the brown color. Let me see. Aha, goes fine, right? How to design like a professional graphic designer. Then if I want to obey the principle of alignment to the left, I can bring it like this, bring this one like this, change it towards the left hand side, make sure it's a little bit bigger, like this, and I have my Linus like this, of course, and make her a bigger lady, of course, over here, right? So it looks great. It looks great, right? It looks great. So how to design like so this is me obeying the principle of contrast. It simply means that if the background is lighter, the text should be darker, and if the text is darker, if the background is darker, the text should be lighter. So that is you obeying the principle of contrast. So you don't use light text on light background, and you don't use dark text on dark background, right? So you want to interchange it. So if the background is light, the text should be dark, and if the text is dark, the background should be light. So this is you obeying simple principle. And when you send this kind of design out there, nobody will actually believe you when you tell them that, look, it is Canva that I use in coming up with this kind of design. Most people will actually think probably you have some other software, probably Photoshop or something that you actually use to come up with awesome designs like this, right? So nobody will really, really believe you that much. So this is one. Now let's look at another principle again. We have the principle of image selection, right? Okay, this is when you're selecting image, right? So if you're selecting image, you want to first of all ask yourself, am I going to remove the image from the background? If I'm going to remove the image from the background, how am I going to remove the background? Then, so the first way you can select image is writable area images, right? So that means if you want to select image, so we have a site where we select like quality images. I have a list of them in this material I'm going to show you. So the first site I'm going to show you is Unsplash. So you can go to unsplash.com. So under unsplash.com, we select like massive, beautiful images, right? So HD quality images. So I can just look for image that have a writable area. What do I mean by image that have a writable area? That's image that have a portion where we can actually pin our caption on that particular image, right? So one of the ways I get this kind of image, I can just search for minimalistic, minimalistic, right? Or something, right? So if just for minimalistic, most of the time you will definitely see images that have lighter backgrounds that have like writable areas, right? So most minimalistic designs actually, or images on Canva or on Splash, have writable areas. So you're able to see different writable areas on stuff like this, right? So you just let any image that best describe what you want to do, right? What you want to do. So you see this one, this particular image is nice, you have a writable area, so I can just use this stuff to come up with something like, don't play games with your life. Right? And it will really, really be nice because of the part that is there, because it has a writable area, right? Writable area, beautiful. So what do I mean by writable area? There are areas that are available, empty area that are available that you can write stuff. So basically, if I click on any of this image, let me look for a designer. Let me search for a designer so we'll better see something that looks designer. Let's see. Giving us designer perfume. Let's search for graphics designer. Oops. So let me see if I can see someone that is working on the system or something. Something like this would be nice, but of course this one is not doesn't have a writable area, so I can't select that particular image because it doesn't have a writable area. Look at this image, this lady's image. I can't select it because it doesn't have a writable area. So let me see. I'm looking for image that have writable areas and suit our design stuff. Okay, this is great. And this could actually be used in whatever we're doing. So what I normally do to attach it to the camera, I just right click on it and click on copy image, and I come back to my Canva, and if I create a new session over here, I can just new page over here, add page, I can just click on Control V to paste it. Of course, you could see it automatically uploading it. So that's one way you can bring images from Splash to Canva. Just copy and come over here and Control V to paste, or better still, you can download it, then upload it, anyone that you feel like. I just love to Control V and Control paste. So because you have writable area, I can actually just increase it to cover the whole portion. And my main element is this finger and the note, so I could just bring it over here, or I can actually flip it if I want to. I can flip it horizontally, right, and drag it over here a bit so that the text is going to show a bit. Then I can now write my text over here. Control C, come on this workspace, Control V. And so because of the design, this stuff is bright, so I'm going to change this color to be more of a darker color. Then the designer now, I can change the designer to give me more of a brown feel or a yellow feel, so it's going to match with the hand or stuff like that. And if it doesn't match with the hand, I'm going to look for something else that isn't going to match with that particular, probably a yellow, a very kind of color should be able to match with that hand. Alright, so how to design using Canva like a professional graphic designer. We could choose to increase this stuff a bit. Just increase this stuff a bit and make it look like this. I will take the image to the right a bit so it looks good, and I will just add my name as usual. Let me select my name from here, Control Z, Ctrl S, C, Ctrl V to paste the name over here. And I have my little name down here, and my image too. I want to make sure that it's touching it. As well. But the reason why this image looks as if it's almost perfect, it is because it has what? A writable area. What's a writable area? An area where you can easily write your image without changing the background. So another image selection techniques again is selecting image with a touch of your brand color. So if my brand color is red, I'll not select this image. I want to select image that have a feel of red to it, right? So probably this image now, right? So this image have a feel of red because of this flower here. So I can choose to select it. Or even if I'm looking for a freelancer that is working on a laptop, for example, I want something that has a touch of red on it. So if I have something that has a touch of red on it, it will really, really go with my design. So if it has a touch of red on it and has a writable area as well, it will be nice, basically. So let me see if I have any image here. If I'm able to see any image here that have a touch of red. Also have a writable area. So I can't find one. So I can use this because it has some touch of all these other colors, right? All these other colors, but it doesn't really have a writable area. So that's why I don't want to use it. So if I look for, if I have something that have more writable area that have touch of red. So what I'm trying to say is images like this would be good if you're working with any of this color right here is your brand color, right? You can just select it, basically. If any of the color there is your brand color. But if it's not your brand color, you don't want to select it. So let me look at a freelancer. So freelancer basically will give me people that are working on their system, basically. So this is different people working on the system. I can select this one, but it doesn't have the writable area, so I cannot use that. Then I will just select any image actually that have touch of red right now. Then I will use it to explain something later in the future, right? So let me select. Let me look at this guy. I don't really like that design. Nice writable area. Okay, I'm going to pick this design. Though it's not a really this image, though it's not really great image, but I just love the fact that the guy seems to be working on awesome designs and stuff like that. So I'll just copy it. I'm going to copy it and come down here and create a new page and I'll paste it. Now, this particular image over here will fall with the second design principle. If your image is busy, what do you do with it? So now if you have selected an image like this, I want to write on it, and of course this is busy. If everything on the image is occupied, look at it. That's the third one, right? Everything on the image is what? Occupied, busy images. So what do we do with it? So if you select busy image, what you want to do with it is, first of all, you want to come over to your element and you want to draw your rectangle and draw it over here to make it a little bit your color. I normally love to use full black. Then I do the transparency to like 50% or thereabout. Then now I can put my stuff, my text on it. So without this box I drew, right, if I just put my text on it, it will not go fine. Now I can change this design, just this design, to any color as well, then it will go. So even if it is red I'm using, right, as my design color, it will go. And the reason why this text is showing very well, of course, you should know, it is because of I have that overlay. So using overlay, using a box and overlay, so without this particular box here, you see, it doesn't obey the contrast principle. The image is like the text is right, but just with that box that I added there and reduce the transparency, my image is coming out really nice. So how to design using Canva like a professional, like a pro designer, right? So it's coming out really nice. If you ask me, it's coming out really nice, and it's great. So anybody that sees this design right now will definitely be able to relate with it, right? So that's one. And the reason why I choose to put this image by this edge because this image here, which is this element, the element that the eyes will be interacting with, is towards the left hand side. So the text definitely will be aligned towards the right hand side, right? So it's not by far that the text could be that up. I can start bringing it down a little bit like this, right? And even this one too, I could take it forward a little bit like this, and it will be great, right? So if I download this particular design, which on my page 8, if I click here and say, look, I just want my page, only this particular one I want to download, and page 8, if I click on download, Canva will prepare it for me. I can download it, and in a few seconds it will be ready for me, and I will be able to actually send it to my phone and upload it online to start using it, right? How to design using Canva like a pro designer, right? Because the image is busy, that is why I have to put that overlay and draw stuff on it, to write my captions on it. So that is me obeying that particular principle. So another principle is the principle of plain color. This is designing with plain bright colors. Bring bright color shade of a primary color. Of course, I have used this in this particular class. For example, this is what I did here, right? Because I'm using blue, right? I'm using a lighter shade of blue. So how do you get these plain colors? It's very, very easy, right? It's very, very easy to get these plain colors. This one, how do I get this plain color of this brown, right? So once I select on the background, I want to get the plain color of the background. This is the main color here, brown, right? I'll click on this new color code and I'll move towards, as if I want to go and select white. So if I go and select white, I'll see plain lighter color of that same shade of that color. So even if it is red, right, I want a lighter color of red. I come over here, I click towards this angle, right, and it will give me the lighter shade of red, basically. And that's how you select with plain colors, and you work with plain colors as well. So if you obey these 5 design principles on Canva, when coming up with your custom designs, you'll be able to come up with beautiful designs like this that nobody will really know that you use Canva to carry out this particular designs, right? So I'm going to introduce you to some other resources that you can use. For example, some other resources that we can use to when we are working on Canva and stuff like that. So the first resource I'm going to show you is the resources of how to get quality HD images that you can use. So I have like 3 websites here, though there are other websites that you can use. We have unsplash.com, we have pixabay.com, we have pixels.com. Right? The one I used here is the first one, unsplash.com. And that's that you can choose to use pixels.com or pixabay.com. So this is pixabay.com. Let me search for it, pixabay.com. So you can choose to use pixabay.com as well and search for any quality images that you want to use that will suit into something that you want to do, right? So some people tells me that it is hard for them to get black images, right? So I will show you a trick that I use to get quality black images, right? For example, if you search for black woman smiling here, or black smiling woman or something. So on this site, it is difficult to get black images, right? Though you see them and sometimes it is already used, but sometimes you might be lucky and you get nice ones like this, but these ones, most people have used some of these images, right? So, and it's really good, right, to get any of this image. But I'll show you one of the techniques I use to easily source for images of my choice. See, this image is really good, right, because it has writable area. So anything I put down here now is going to be amazing. Just take a look, pretty, awesome, and it's really pretty if you ask me. So she's smiling, is of good quality, and I can easily use this stuff. If I right click on it and click on copy image and go to and click on add new, I can easily create simple design, right? With this stuff right now, I can easily create simple design just because this image has writable area. So I can just copy this stuff. Just watch. Just in a few seconds now, I'm going to create a beautiful design just because this particular image has writable area. Aha! I can just say, you smile when your designs are beautiful. This beautiful, I can choose to just change the color of this beautiful to something that looks almost like the color of our shirt. So Canva is really a great tool. So it gives like different shades that she's wearing, right? See, you smile when you know when your designs, when you know your designs. I can choose when you know, when you know. Let me wave it. When your designs are beautiful, seems great. All right. So basically, that's just it. That is it. That is it. As easy as it is, right? You have an amazing design, amazing one. Squash it a little bit, amazing one. You see, and I could just add my name here. So this is exactly what I was trying to explain. I say image with writable area. They don't give you stress, right? And we can easily just use this image over and over, this design over and over again. So I use pixels. I use Pixabay to get images, quality images I can use for my designs, right? So I'm going to show you some of that thing. Now the next resource I want to show you is how do we remove backgrounds from image. We use remove.bg. I'm going to show you something now. So let me look for a simple smiling image. Let me look for an image and let me look for an image. Okay, happy woman. Let me click for happy woman on that pixel. I want to look for a pretty, oh, look at that image I used, right? So this is the image actually. So how did I happen to remove this image from the background? Right, I'm going to show you now. So you just go to this site called remove.bg. Remove.bg is the site. And what you want to do is download this particular image, right? So you can just right click on it and click on save image as to download it. And you can download it as, what am I going to download it as now? Under my downloads, let me download it as smile. So I guess I have a lot of smile right now. But let me download it as smile anyway. I go to remove.bg, I'll just drag and drop it, show in folder. I'll just drag and drop it over here. So if I drag and drop it over here, remove.bg will definitely remove the backgrounds for me. So you see, it has removed the background from me. So I can do is copy this image, or still yet I can choose to download the image, right? So if I download the image right now, you see smile, remove bg, show in folder, there's no longer background. This one has a background, this no background, this has a background, this no background. So easily I have removed the background and I can easily just add the image on my Canva, right? So that's the image I used here actually. See? Change the background, but this is actually the original image, right? It has a background, right? So I was going to actually remove it using remove.bg. Now, what other resources do we have here? We have what? How to remove watermarks, right? So how do you want to remove watermarks? So I have a site called downloader.la. Let me go there. So I have a site called downloader.la. So this is it. So this is our downloader.la website. That means you can remove watermark from any of these resources, right? So let's use iStock. So the first thing you want to do, you can go to like iStock photos and you search for any images that you want. Black woman smiling, right? Let's say this particular image now. Let's say, oh, okay, this image is pretty actually. I love this image, right? So I want to remove the background. I want to use this image in my designs, right? And I want to remove all this iStock stuff. I just copy the URL here. I go to downloader.la, I look for iStock and click on download now. And I will directly paste the URL I copy here and I click on download. So if I click on download, it loads for a while and it shows me the download button. I click on download now. When I click on download now, it's going to show me it has removed the watermark from me exactly. So I can just copy this right now. I can even choose to remove it from the background. Let me show you. I can go to remove.bg as well. So okay, look on this image, I want to move the background. I'll just click and drag it, go to remove.bg tab and paste it over here, and it will automatically remove it from the background, which is amazing. So I can just copy this image right now and come back over here and use it in my design basically. Paste. See, Ctrl V to paste the image, and this is the image in my design. This is super amazing. This is super amazing. This is the image in my design, right? This is me. This image came from what? iStock. I have a lot of stuff here. I copied the URL here, came to downloader here, to the .la to remove the background, to remove the watermark, of course, remove all this watermark, and use remove.bg to remove the background. And I have my beautiful, awesome image right here inside of my Canva, ready for me to actually use without background, without watermark, just using simple techniques and tools that's available for us online. So the next one is PNG images. So let's say you're a fan of PNG images. PNG images are images without background. So you can use this site cliparts.com to get PNG images. So you want to get images without no background, you can use this site clip. This is it. cliparts.com to get PNG image, right? So you can see different things. If you want different accessories, you want food or something, you have to search for different meals, different food. So anything you download on this site is not going to have a background. Anything you download on this site is not going to have a background. So that's why it's called clipsart.com. So it's PNG free, background free. So anything you download here is not going to have a background. Let's search for woman. It's not going to have a background, right? If I go back and search for woman, right? So you can search for anything. So you're going to see all of this stuff. So they're not going to have background at all. So anything you download on this site is not going to have a background. Those are the resources. Those are the resources for you. All right. So this is the end of the course. But before this course ends up, I want to show you how you can create carousel on Instagram. Right. So you might have been going on Instagram and you're seeing all those carousel scrolling through. So let me show you how you can create that carousel. Then I will thank you for actually coming my course. So that's like a bonus one for this particular class, right? A bonus one for this particular class. I want to show you how to create a carousel on Instagram, right? I didn't plan to do it, but let me do it. Now, if you want to create a carousel, that's continuous scrolling carousel on Instagram, what you do is you create a design. You can click on create custom dimensions. Instagram is normally square, right? So we can add like 3,000 here by width, 3,000, and the height I can add like 1.5, that is half. This is a rectangular on pixels. So I click on create new design, right? So this is going to give me like a 2-page carousel. So I'm going to click on elements here and get the rectangular box over here. So I'm going to stretch this one to touch the edge. So this particular one is my first slide. This one is my second slide, basically. So I can make this a little bit really lighter. Yep. So let me make it that light. Aha. So I will just come over here now to my photos, not my photos, my uploads. So let's say I want to use this lady now. I'll stretch her a little bit, right? So I'm going to put it here now. So this is going to be like a continuous carousel. Then, so this is it. So the first text I'm going to write, I will come over here, I'll write a text here now, and I'll make this text black, of course. Make it this color if I want to. And okay, I love to on my margins, remember, right? So that's, I just put it there. Perfect. So I'm going to change this color is you finding it difficult designing with Canva? So I'm going to align this to the right, of course. Remember our design principle. I'm going to reduce the sizing. I'm going to change this font to Atom. I love Atom a lot. So I'm going to change it to Atom, of course. And increase the size a bit. Perfect. So let me increase it a bit. So this is it. So I'm going to change this stuff to give me a lighter shade of brown, but a very lighter one, that matter. Alright, so I'm going to have it like this. So once they scroll now, I can choose to let me just copy down my name. So I will not keep typing it over and over again. So this is my name over here. Let me put it here. Change the color to brown, of course. Alright, cool. Then on the scroll now, it's going to cut over here. See, this is where you're going to cut it, right? So this is where you're going to cut it. So once you scroll, you can cut it there. Then your second one, you can see it here now. So the second text can say Control D to duplicate it. Then we can move it down here. Here's how you can design. Is the Canva course you need. Alright, so I can just do this one like this, and I would all I do with this one now, I would align it towards the right. Aha. So this is just like how would I put it? This is just like a 2-slide carousel, right? Like a 2-slide carousel, continuous scrolling carousel actually. Right, so I could reduce the line height a bit. Here's what you need. I can even choose to draw a rectangle or an arrow here. Under elements, I could search for this is several arrows. I don't like this. I thought it's something I would like. Let me see. And it's okay. I think this one is nice. Right? I can just say send back. Aha. I will then squash it. Not her. The arrow is what I need. Right, I can choose to, of course, change the color and give it a lighter color like this. Aha. So basically, this is what you need to, are you finding it difficult designing with Canva? Here is the Canva course you need. So this is a simple carousel, a continuous scrolling carousel. So what I'm going to do is I will download it, right? Then I will now download it now. So if I download it, then I can choose to still crop it with Canva if I want to. Better still, then if you download it, this is it now. Show in your folder, then you can actually now crop it, right? So this is it. So now once you send it to your phone, you can crop it here. So if you crop it here, you have the first one, you have the second one, then you have the design, and it's ready for you to start using. Very, very simple, right? So even if you intend to crop it with Canva, what you just need to do is come over here. Come over to your previous design here. Let's leave this one. So I'm just going to drag it and paste it over here. Of course, this is my design, then I'll stretch it. Aha. Of course, this is so this is the first design. So this is it. Boom. So this is where you crop the first one from. So this is your first carousel. Then you can add like swipe or something. Instead of this is my name now. I can add swipe or something. Yeah. So I can choose to add swipe. Let me add swipe. Let me just copy this, come here, paste it. Come over here. Let me just add something like change it to like black or something. So we're gonna have like swipe. So I can easily just like duplicate this page and get the second slide. Then second slide, I'll move this one like this. But this swipe is not going to be there. Then I can download 10 and 11. So I click on downloads. I select what I want to download. I just want to 10 and 11. Done. So I click on download. So once I click on download, now it downloads in the zip file. Then if I unzip it, I'll be able to see my 2 carousel images. Right? Click on quick view items. So basically that's it. So that's a carousel. So once you place this on Instagram, it will look like a continuous scrolling effect basically. That's what you're going to get. So once I paste this stuff on Instagram now, it's going to have that continuous scrolling effect. Yup. So basically, that's how you design continuous scrolling carousel on Instagram. So I hope you seriously enjoy this particular Canva course, and with that you can use it to come up with awesome design. And I appreciate you for joining this particular course, for taking this particular course. And if you really enjoy this course, don't forget to follow my handle on Instagram. So my handle on Instagram is Samuel. I teach business owners how to make $1 million in sales, and I have a lot of free stuff I give people as well. So don't forget to Samuel_Linux is my Instagram handle. Look, I'm going to my website, Instagram/Samuel_Linux is my website handle. It's my Instagram handle, so you can do well as well. Just follow me on my Instagram, and I teach business owners how to make $1 million or more monthly. And I have serious courses like this that you definitely benefit from. So you might want to just follow me up and learn how to do these things, right? So I have other courses that I'll be sharing as well. So thank you for joining me, and thank you for taking this course, and see you in the next video.